Good afternoon, everyone, or good morning, wherever you happen to be in the world. This is the weekly coin video from the Purple Penny, our live video that we hold on Mondays at about 12 o'clock Adelaide time. This is the 48th time that I've done it this year. It's getting close to the end of the year. Thanks everyone for watching. Those of you who don't know me, my name's Mark. My wife and I, Catherine, run the Purple Penny, which is a small coin shop in Mawson Lakes, which is a suburb about 10 minutes north of Adelaide. Last week was, as you'd imagine, phenomenally busy inside the shop because of the mint releases that came out last week. There were the Tamworth mint releases and the surprise Aboriginal Flag roll mint release last Thursday. The Tamworth coins were here on Thursday. The rolls were not, so it was a bit of a protracted exercise last week with taking orders and website orders and things like that. The buying within the shop was very strong. We purchased a big lot of silver, 100 2013 1 ounce silver kookaburras, and 2 kilo bars and 5 10-ounce bars. I think that all came in one lot, and then a couple of nice collections of mint product. And then one gentleman just popped in out of the blue on Friday, and he had some shipwreck coins and Edward the Confessor penny, a hammered Henry III penny as well, a lovely little group of coins. So yeah, it was a good week last week. We were absolutely flat out. Saturday was stupendously busy, and thankfully Jared, the young man who comes in and helps us on the weekends, was here on Saturday to help us cope with Saturday. Let's say some hellos. Hello Glennis and Alex, Gary, Pauline, Greg, John and John, Mr. Edwards, Matthew John, Andrew Whitford, Mike Ellery. Hello Mike, it's good to see you watching today. Alistair Smith, Val and Marie. And Catherine is in the other room commenting. There's a massive pile of parcels by the back door here. We got in here early this morning. We were here about 7:20, and she'll be packaging, no doubt, till we leave late this afternoon. Of course, all those Indigenous rolls, people are in a rush to get those. So Catherine, in her usual way, is out there beavering away on the packaging. I'm helping out in whatever little way I can, which means I'm not really helping at all. I'll just get it in her way. She does a fabulous job. Hello Rob and Neil and Paul. Alright, let's jump into the news. So of course we had the Tamworth and Flag roll releases. The Tamworth coins, as I suggested, the silver proof was the one to chase after. There was only 2,500 of those minted and a bit over 1,000 available via the wholesale network. Wasn't a lot of interest in them prior to release day, but I think when people realised how low the mintage was, there were people jumping all over them, which was probably no great surprise. The aluminium bronze 50 cent is selling reasonably well. It's not a bad looking coin. The guitar is quite nice looking. Tony Dean, the coin designer, did a pretty good job of that. And of course the Indigenous rolls, or the Aboriginal Flag rolls, which were sprung on us 2 Thursdays ago, were released on Thursday. Everyone wanted those. Of course, our website allocation sold out in about 4 minutes on Thursday morning. We had a little allocation in the shop which were gone by about lunchtime, so it's no surprise that they sold out so quickly. I've got to say, the quality of the rolls that we got was pretty good. There was no double stickers or misaligned stickers, and the end roll coins were quite good. We didn't see any roller scrapes on them. That big blank space in the middle of the Aboriginal flag, of course, was quite susceptible to bag marks, but generally on the whole the quality was pretty good, so we've got nothing to complain about there. Hello Gwen and Kimmy and Peter and Margaret and Alison and Patrick, thanks for joining in today. of course, the merry-go-round of releases continues. The Mint on Thursday announced the releases for January. The annual Mint Mark coin will be released on the 1st of January, so that's the topical theme that they have for the year, the 4-coin Mint Mark or Privy Mark set, also available in a fine silver. It's not 1 ounce, it's a fine silver coin, the same size as a normal dollar coin but struck in silver, and then the 1/10 ounce gold version. They're available on the 1st of January. The Mint Mark set is $30. The silver proof is, and I'm just going to cheat here, the silver proof is $60 and the gold is $360. The second group of train coins is being released on the 6th of January. There's 3 being released on the 6th of January. One for New South Wales, Victoria and Tasmania. So you might remember in November those train coins were released as a folder, and there was a single coin in the folder, or you could get the single coin by itself. $15. It was a very popular release, quite nicely designed coins. I will just warn everyone that dealer allocations are, from what we understand, based on what we asked for with the first release. So despite the fact that it's a popular coin, we won't be getting any more than what we got the first time round, which I don't think is a bad thing, because it means that people like us that thought it would be a good thing, and we probably ordered more than what we usually order for those sorts of 50-cent piece releases. It means that we'll be getting more again, and it means that people that weren't willing to take a risk on it can't sort of jump on the bandwagon and try and get all of the releases for the second, third and fourth coin. But what it does mean is that if you are interested in obtaining those from us, then we're going to be probably allocating them to the people that expressed interest in them in November 1st, and the quantities that we allocate will be pretty similar to what we allocated in November. So as always, we try to keep it fair for everyone and repay those people that are loyal to us. So I guess that means no one's going to be swanning in and buying a whole lot off of us so that they can resell it. The shenanigans on social media are continuing with mintages. One gentleman who attends the Mint and takes photos of drums and things like that has been, from what I understand, copying a bit of a sledging online from people selling end of World War II coins, suggesting that he is ruining the sales for them. And I would just advise people that mintages for coins from the Royal Australian Mint often span 3 annual reports, and the end of World War II coins are still only available in 2 reports, so there's a very good chance that mintage is only a partial mintage, like 600,000 or 700,000, I can't remember exactly. I guess that means if you want to speculate on the mintage thinking that it is an investment and load up on those coins, then you'd better put your grown-up pants on and be prepared for the mintage to go up. I wouldn't be listening to the people that are selling those things saying that they're a low mintage, because they have other motivations other than accuracy of reporting, obviously. So please just do be careful with that. Don't lose too much. Don't risk too much on it. Hello, Patrick, another Patrick, and Peter says that now they'll have a go at me. Well, I'm not saying anything that I haven't said many times before. Don't speculate on mintages. I think I had an entire video on it one week, because it's not an investment. If you're speculating on things, it is purely gambling. And I've got nothing against gambling, I've got nothing against speculation, but I know people lost many thousands of dollars speculating on the 2019 50-cent mintages, and I know lots of people still have burnt fingers from the end of World War II rolls, which at their peak were selling for $700. And I would remind people that when they were selling for $700, that within a week they were selling for under $200. This thing happens, this sorts of thing does happen, and it will happen again. So if you are going to speculate on vintages, more power to you, but with the upside will come the downside, so just be careful with that. Coin news of the week, and I should thank one of our new viewers for sending me this news last week, was a New England Shilling, which a New England Shilling was we'll just pop up the picture of this. New England Shilling is a coin that was struck in the Massachusetts Bay Colony of the USA, and it's on about a 5 gram sterling silver blank, and you can see there it's got NE stamped on one side and X11 on the other side. The NE of course stands for New England, and the X11 is Roman numerals for 12 pennies to a shilling, so this is called a New England Shilling. It's a 5 gram blank, as I said, and they were struck by the Massachusetts Bay Colony in the 1600s. Even though they dated 1652, that wasn't when they were struck, that's just when the Massachusetts Bay Colony government ratified those. There's about 40 or 50 of these known. They're a pretty significant thing in American coin collecting circles, and they actually have a bit of a parallel in Australian history. These are the history of these is not unlike the history of the Adelaide Pound, in that the Massachusetts Bay Colony and the colony of South Australia struck both of these coins without approval of the British Crown, remembering of course that South Australia and Massachusetts at the time were under the government of the UK or Great Britain. So these were struck without authorisation. This one here was found in a tin, in a manor in England, in a tin with several hundred other coins, dating from sort of ancient coins up until the late 1970s, and this was in there. And according to NGC, the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, it's probably the finest known, so not a bad find in a tin, and it sold at auction just recently for $350,000 US. So it's a pretty amazing find in a tin of old coins. So that's the coin news for this week. Topic of the day was one that Catherine and I came up with in the car on the way in this morning, and I guess it comes from some of the collections that we've had in here in the last few months. I should just preface this by saying I'm not advising people to not subscribe to coin sales services or not, go into ballots for coins. We always emphasise with coin collecting to collect what you like, and that financial return should probably be a secondary consideration, because coin collecting is, after all, a hobby. It's not an investment. So just before I dump all over subscription coin services, just if you do like them, then buy them. I collect a bunch of stuff that I like, and money's got nothing to do with it. So let's just jump into what the topic of the week is. And what I thought I'd talk about today was how to pick a subscription or ballot coin that might be have some sort of potential for financial return. Now, this isn't investment advice. This is just some basic principles to think about if you are wanting to subscribe to a ballot coin or subscribe to a coin or medallion service and get a series of coins or medallions, and what is potentially going to go down in value the least. So the two examples of ballot coins that I've got here, this is a Kangaroo in Sunset coin. This one's a 2013 Kangaroo in Sunset coin. This is a fifth of an ounce of fine gold. Now this is a ballot coin, and a ballot coin is a coin that an issuing authority makes available via ballot only. So there's a limited number available, and people put in an application to get one, and if they're successful, then they get to purchase one at the issue price. So these Kangaroo at Sunset coins were issued by the Royal Australian Mint from, I think, about 2007 to 2015 or so. The other sort of subscription coin service is this sort of thing here that's in this box here. So I don't know if you can see that. There's a nice polished wooden box, and it's got these gold plated medallion things in it. There's multiple layers in there. And the way this process usually works is that you would sign up to a subscription with this service. And I'll just let you know who this is. I think it's Bradford Mint. The Bradford Exchange. So Bradford Exchange would have an initial offering in magazines or on their mailing order list, and you'll be able to buy the first of these medallions or coins. I think they're coins actually. No, they're medallions. They would be able to buy one of these medallions and the box for a fairly low price, and then you would sign up, and then once a month your credit card would get charged and you get the remainder. And often they, each one ships with one of these little card things. They're quite attractive. I'll give them that. They've done a good job with them. And as I said, if you're into this sort of stuff, then by all means grab it, because it is nice looking stuff. But I guess you should go into it with your eyes open. This is a First World War Centenary crown collection. Now, what do you do to go into this with your eyes open? The first thing I'd look at is, are the things that you're buying actually coins? Because a lot of the issuing authorities, and this Bradford Exchange thing is a good example of that, they're not issuing coins, they're actually medallions. And that means they've got no face value, they weren't issued under the authority of a country, and they are just medallions. Now, why do I say, are they coins? I guess it's because coins, as opposed to medallions, have a bit more authenticity in the marketplace. So if you are to buy a set of medallions, then you should be aware that they are not going to be as accepted or as desired in the marketplace when compared with a coin. And that's just our observations of what's happening here in Australia. Are the coins, are they actually Australian? Now, why am I asking that? Now, that's because here in Australia we are all Australians, and obviously we prefer Australian stuff. The issuing authorities for a lot of these subscription sets, they use countries of convenience to mint the coins. So often they're small islands in the South Atlantic, or they're small islands in the Pacific, obscure nations. I'll rattle off some names. Tuvalu, Kiribati, Tristan da Cunha, Ascension Islands, all those sorts of places. Tiny little places where issuing coins is a significant part of the foreign income for that government. Now, it's obvious that Australian coins are going to be more desirable in Australia than those countries of convenience. So, if you are considering subscribing, is it a coin, and is it Australian? The next one is, does it contain precious metal? And, I don't just mean gold enriched or silver enriched or gold plated or silver plated. I mean, is it gold? Is it some percentage of gold? Is it some percentage of silver? Many of these sets are just gold plated or silver plated, and often the silver sets are a very low percentage of silver, so 50% or 30%. Now, why am I talking about precious metal? Well, because precious metal obviously has a basic value, that's as low as it goes, but generally the higher the percentage of the precious metal in a coin, then the more of a premium you're likely to get for it. So 1 ounce of 33% silver will not sell for the same price as 1 ounce of 999 silver, even though they have exactly the same amount of silver in them. That's just how the market works. So this set here, for example, the coin is made from, it's not a coin, it's a medallion, fully layered in pure 24 karat gold. So it's got no precious metal in it effectively. It's a base metal coin that's been gold plated. So there's no intrinsic value to these medallions. You compare that to the Kangaroo at Sunset coin, which you can see there. It's 0.2 of a gram, 1/5 of a gram of 999 gold, which at the moment is about $600. So there is real intrinsic value in that subscription coin. Is it the first in a series? This probably holds more for ballot coins and coin series than anything else, and you'll probably find this with the train coins that are being released again this month. Generally, the first in a series does a lot better than subsequent ones, and I've often thought about why that is the case, and I suspect it's because the first in a series tends to, and perhaps we'll see this with the train coin, the first one, it sort of goes under the radar of people, and people sort of desperately thrash around trying to get one on the secondary market, and it pushes the prices up. And those people are holding on to those coins at those higher prices, and as a consequence, the first release tends to stay high while the demand is high. Now, the second and third and fourth coins in a series tend to have lower prices because people know they're coming, and a lot more people manage to get their hands on one or two at release price rather than them being tightly held like the first issue. And these Kangaroo at Sunset coins are a great example of that. The first one in 2007 was released by the Mint, and it went gangbusters on the secondary market. It was selling for 3 or 4 times release price for a few years afterwards. But these later issues, the 2012 and 13 and 14s, you would struggle to get release price for them these days. And you may have noted that with the Kangaroo ballot coin that the Mint, I think, was trying to sell a couple of months ago. They couldn't get enough ballot applications to even sell the tiny mintage that they had. As the series goes along, there's less and less demand for these things. What is the premium? And by premium, I mean what's the cost that you're paying above the precious metal content. So these Kangaroo at Sunset coins, the Mint did a fabulous job of maximising their income from these. The first one, I believe, was about $320 or something like that. It was about $100 above bullion price. And within 4 years, I think they doubled the price. They'd really got a lot more premium out of it. You, as a collector, the more premium you pay for a coin above precious metal value, the less chance you have of recouping that when you come time to dispose of it. And the last one here, does it have wide demand, is really something that you should think about for all your coins if you're worried about resale value. Because modern coins, modern Mint releases, the quality is always excellent. You might go, well, this one is better than that one, but the quality is always excellent. None of them are very, and I've had this discussion a few times here before, think about the Purple Coronation C Mint marks or the Red Poppy C Mint marks. None of them are rare. None of them are hard to find. Okay, we're talking about 10,000, 20,000, multiple thousands of these things on the market. There's always some up for sale. What really drives the price is how many people want it, rather than the quantity that were made. So if you're considering and subscribing to one of these sets, like this Kangaroo set, you might look at the mintage and go, well, it's only got 1,200 minted, which is very low. But on the flip side, no one wants it. It's not a very popular topic. So if you are thinking about subscribing to a coin series, do think about how many people are likely to want that coin. And I suggested with the train coin when it was coming out that it would be a good thing because trains are popular. People like trains. Look back at the history of other train coins from the Mint over the last few years, and they've always done well. So even though that train coin's got a 20,000 mintage, which is very high, lots of people want it. So as a consequence, that price on the secondary market has gone up. Compare that with some other things which have fairly low mintages, and they're not as popular. Olympic coins are a great example of that. Low mintages but not very popular, and on the secondary market the prices aren't so great. So that's subscription and ballot coins. Again, I will just put that proviso there. If you do like something and you want to collect it, then by all means collect it. It's not always about the money. I like some of the products that these various issuers around Australia put out. I think they're quite attractive. But if you do go into it with a bit of thought, then perhaps you can make a bit better buying decisions. Right, that's it for today. Thanks everyone for joining in and watching. Alex says the Fiji bottle caps are nice looking coins. Indeed they are. Peter says not much more of the gold plated coins. So, and Catherine says she loves the sunset coin design. So that was a Wojciech Pietrnik design that was inspired by a kangaroo he saw on a drive home from the mint. Thanks everyone for watching. Please do forward any topics through to me. I've had 2 suggestions this week, one from Alex and one from, I've just forgotten his name, but I didn't use any of them because we'd already thought about this. I will use Alex's one next week, I think, and the other suggested topic the week after. Please do keep pushing them through. I always struggle to think about things to talk about, and I'd rather talk about things that you're interested in. So thanks for watching everyone. Happy collecting. Stay safe, and I'll just remind you about the shutdown. We're shutting down between Christmas and New Year. We'll be shut from the 25th of December to January the 4th. The website will still be functioning, but we won't be working every day, so mail will be slow. Don't expect quick shipping, please. We do need some time off. That's it. Bye everyone. See you next time.